I have a Rubick game where my teammates and I won from a combat swing. I feel I did almost nothing in the early game, had 3 good block holes, then I don't think I was able to do a lot later in the game, and had my friends carry me. This I feel would be a great video for you. Okay. Rubick support versus Enigma. Okay. It's Rubick. Morphling safe lane carry. Wind Ranger is middle. Clockwork is going to go support, I think. Monkey King is also support. Offlane, dual lane is gonna be 2-1-2 with the dire side. It's OD mid, Radiant. Enigma jungling. Juggernaut safe lane solo. Possibly solo, because there's only Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor plus Juggernaut safe lane. Centaur offlane. And okay. Okay. So just dancing around a little bit. I have to point out your first item. You should always consider getting 1 smoke and 1 TP instead of these 2 branches. So this is total 100 gold. With that 100 gold, you need to buy smoke and TP. Smoke your stuff at the beginning. TP to top, TP to middle, TP to anywhere, and then put on a ward. So now the enemy team has a ward here. If you can see in the minimap, the enemy team already has a ward here. So that means is an advantage. Wind Ranger does not have a ward, and the enemy team offlane, enemy team middle, OD has a vision. So that is going to make a difference. So I can say that you're doing like really good job in blocking the creeps and stuff, but when you're not running trialing top, Centaur is kind of hard to zone out. Rubick does not really have Rubick has really good ability, telekinesis is really good, but Rubick doesn't have enough damage to harass Centaur, so this is gonna be hard. Centaur is one way or another. Centaur is gonna take experience, because it's not even that hard for Centaur to contest here and get experience no matter how many times you hit. But you should have checked his item. You should have definitely checked his item. And when I say check his item, that just means literally just click the hero. But I don't think you did. So you don't. So right now, what's going through my mind is this is just basic mindset of you playing support. I'm just gonna play support. I'm just gonna stay next to Morphling because I'm a support. I'm gonna buy a ward because I'm a support, and I'm just gonna sit next to Morphling. So this is not constructive. Well, you should, as a support, you should find stuff to do, and I want you to be proactive when you're playing support. But looking at your first item, you didn't even have a sentry. You didn't even TP to middle or TP to bottom, TP to top to put on a ward. This vision is not doing anything. You didn't TP to put down a ward. That was your first mistake. So now Centaur is gonna contest in the run. So this is happening because you're not thinking. He's gonna do this. Of course, he's gonna do this, and you're not even thinking. I don't think. So let me go back a little bit here. So you had telekinesis, right? Yes, minimark is 158, but I don't think you were paying attention to the timer. Or even if you were paying attention to the timer, you know what to do is the right thing. You know that you should have used your telekinesis, lift him up, and place him a little bit to here or here, whatever, so that you can get the bounty run. So either you didn't know, or even if you did, so this is where you still know things, but you still fuck up. You know what to do, but you still fuck up. But that's the definition of being suck at Dota. So this is how you guys should watch your own replay and analyze stuff. This didn't make sense. Centaur is now going to stun you. So Centaur was the better player in terms of paying attention to the timer, and he does know what to do, and he actually did what he had to do. So now he's gonna get rewarded. He's stunned, and he's gonna get the bounty run, and most likely, if Centaur is a good player, he's just gonna go back to his lane. Centaur is just gonna go back to his lane, soak up some experience. If not, collect his own bounty run here. So as a Rubick, what you could have done in this type of situation is, if you think you were too scared about contesting Centaur, why not just roam into their jungle? Why not just roam to the jungle? Maybe you can contest Enigma. Maybe you can find Enigma and be a little annoying. Enigma might be in the jungle, so Centaur just roamed here and she's gonna collect the bounty rune. So Centaur just collected 2 bounty runes. So you're not doing your job as a support. What you're doing is not efficient. You're not pushing down enough pressure to the Centaur. I get it. Rubick is not strong enough to contest them by just right clicking. I get it, but you should have never let him take the bounty rune like that. Even if you had let him take that, you should have found a way to invade into the jungle and collect the enemy's bounty rune. All these is crucial. You guys might think, oh, this is just so small, but this is how you guys win as a support. You should focus on the smallest thing in the game, and that's how you start to make an advantage. But Rubick is doing a poor job now. So right now you're staying at 100 mana. You didn't even hit level 2. So again, I can definitely tell you that. So you're now roaming the jungle because it's gonna hit above 4. So you were thinking about getting the bounty rune. Okay, so you got a ward and you got a smoke. But before before making any attempts to smoke and solo gank, you should hit at least level 2. You should hit at least level 2. So in times like that, when you're facing against a really, so you're gonna stack, that is good. When you're facing against an offlane or a Centaur and you feel like you're not doing anything, what you have to do is give up trying to harass him. As long as the enemy offlaner does not contest your safe laner, does not contest your safe lane carry, what you should do is, as a support, is you should find a way to farm yourself. You could have also pulled when you were staying the top. You could have just pulled, but right now you're smoked. Okay, putting down ward is good. This is good. Always good. Putting down ward always good. But tell me what you're doing. Tell me what is your next plan. So we're trying to find Enigma. You're only level 1. What are you gonna do at level 1? You don't have fate. You do not have fate vault. What are you gonna do at level 1? Last hit. That is good. I think you just auto last hit. That is very good. You should have at least hit level 2 before roaming. At least level 2. Having telekinesis and fate bolt makes a lot of difference. Now you only have telekinesis. You don't have magic nuke. This can be very annoying to the enemy. But I don't think you were worried about ever consider about hitting level 2 when you're staying at top. Just simply pull the lane once. It's really fine to the single pull. Everyone is, I don't understand why, but people are just like, they think that people should always connect pull or they should always stack pull. But no, single pulling is entirely fine. When you think you can do a lot better as a support by hitting early level 2 or level 3. So you should start doing that. Play more. I want you to play more greedy. Okay, so you found Juggernaut. Left in. Fate Bolt. He just shoots Mango. And when you're playing support, so basically one of your another mistake that you're making, the mistake that you're making as a base support is you're not putting down a ward to Wind Ranger. I don't understand why you didn't put down any ward for Wind Ranger. It is always good to put down a ward for the mid laner. I think in almost every game that would be my priority. Giving vision to the mid laner is really crucial. If the enemy mid laner has ward with the vision and your ally doesn't, that is a huge disadvantage. So you should start thinking about putting down a ward to your mid laner. But you put down a ward. Judging from this, you're worried about Enigma jungling, but yeah, this is good. But it's where things are like it's better than nothing. So at least you're gonna be, it's gonna be like better than nothing. That's all. But right now Wind Ranger does not have a ward in the middle, and this, I don't think this should ever happen. This should not ever happen unless the enemy team is harshly dewarding your wards. So she has no vision. Wind Ranger has no vision, and if you know how to play Dota, if you've been playing mid laner, this is very painful. This is a time where you should start being resentful about your support, not putting down any ward. So I do not agree with your ward position. Just try to tell me what you're doing with the ward. Giving the vision was good in the jungle. Yeah, you can see the Enigma jungle. That's good. But what are we gonna do? After seeing the Enigma is there, it is kind of evident that Enigma is there. What are you gonna do with the ward? Okay, he's there. So what are you gonna do? I don't think I can do a lot with the ward here. So this is good. I think this is looking good. You stand here, makes sense. Okay, he missed it. Just let him die and get out. Okay, so you're gonna die now. So I think that was a good rotation by Odie. Very good rotation by Odie. You're gonna die now. So okay, this is good. I was just gonna tell you that you should at least check whether Morphling was doing great or not. So constantly I want you to check your safe lane and try to tell if Morphling is doing okay. By okay means if it's getting farmed safely. Let's see your next move. What are you gonna do with the TP? You're staying the fountain and use that to TP middle. And now you're putting down a ward for the Wind Ranger. It's minute 9, this is your first ward for the Wind Ranger. So this is bad. I don't know. There are some exceptions, but as a support, I think I almost always provide a ward to my vision to the mid lane, to my mid laner. Mid guy is always my priority over anyone else in the game. If you lose mid, you're gonna lose the game. It's simple. Okay. What I can tell good thing about you is I think you're okay. Oh, that was unfortunate. Holy shit, you're gonna die now. Okay. So you TP here. I think this is fine. So I think this is where you sort of like gave up Morphling, or Morphling told you that just leave me alone. Centaur is fine, I can slow him. But if you have seen your Morphling, if you had checked this item, if you had checked his level, this guy is level 8, and Morphling at level 8 is starting to hit really hard. He has direct click damage. It's 113 plus 10, so this is hitting a lot. So you might have considered to TPing top at this time around. If I were you, I would have bought another smoke. Rubick is kind of guy who's really good at smoke ganking. So I would have considered tipping here, smoke, go around, lift him at once. I think Santa might have died. So those are the things that you can imagine doing it. But this was fine. I also said this was fine because you guys had a ward here. But you died here because you were playing greedy here. You're playing really greedy. You should have known that they can easily kill you. You're only level 3. Rubick is level 3. And Witch Doctor is level 5. Juggernaut is level 6. But here's my beef with you. I'm not saying that, oh, I just watched you die. You just died, so this is bad. I'm not saying that, but here's your problem. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You never checked Witch Doctor's level. You didn't even click him once, at least once. You didn't do it. I was looking at the same perspective. You didn't click him, so you have no information what to be careful of. You don't know Juggernaut is level 6. You really don't, because you didn't click him. You don't even know he has face splits. If you had known that he has face splits, then this position is wrong. If you had known, if you're a good player, after seeing that Juggernaut is level 6 with the face splits, this distance is a death sentence. And this is where you become a poor support player. You don't know what's happening. You do not know what's happening. You just think that, oh, there's a creep, I think I should cast my Fate Bolt. I think that's what you did. So you're not thinking anything. You say, oh, I must steal 1 or 2. But by moving this close to them, you're gonna die now. You deserve to die. This guy even had a magic stick, but it really doesn't matter. The first thing you should do as a support is start clicking the enemy hero before engaging in. You should take a measure of him, how strong they are, how weak they are, if they have mana, if they have HP, if they have certain item they should be careful of. In this case, it's gonna be Dragon's face boots, but you're not doing any of those. So seeing these plays, I think you are a poor support player. Yeah, and then you're literally sitting behind Juggernaut, sitting right next to Juggernaut. You lift him up, but you're gonna get stunned. So I really think you deserve to die here. Okay, you're dead. So let's see what you do. But you're now going to wait another 5 seconds, and let's see where you TP. You're gonna TP to his shrine. Okay. Good. And you got the Tom. Do you see how low level you are right now? You're level 3 and everyone else is level 5. So this cannot be an excuse. It's hitting minute 11 and you're level 3. And yeah, there was an accident. That happens, it's fine. I would advise you from the next game, at least pull the camp at least once. When you, so most likely any support players will begin the game at the safe lane, right? I want you guys to pull the camp at least once and try to not miss last it. If you pull it twice, that's even great. But seriously, you guys should start playing more greedy, much more greedy. Rubick level 4 at this time around makes him really weak. Rubick cannot do anything. Rubick is also kind of guy. Well, Rubick can be played as a number 5 support, but Rubick does need some kind of farm. And in pub games, I really certainly believe that everyone can play greedy, and that's much better most of the time. And I think you are really good at sacrificing yourself to buy wards in every time you can, and at least putting down a ward, at least giving a vision to your team. That is good. That is very good mindset. But you're not doing efficient. There could have been a much other way that you could have played, that you could have achieved as playing Rubick number 5. First of all, play more greedy. Okay. So I think you guys went into jungle in hopes of finding Enigma, but again, what's going through your mind at this time? While you were roaming, and so you sort of wasted your time there, so that's fine. Let's say that was fine. But what I also witnessed as a player is you're just like, this is your game. You never check the minimap. If I were playing support Rubick, I would have worried about morphling the entire time. I would have checked this level, get the measure of morphling, and check this level. If you had actually checked, if you have ever bothered to check your minimap and click right here, Centaur was low. He's been low for a really long time because morphling was constantly rattling him down. But I don't think it was in your sight. This is happening because you just don't care. You're not using your minimap efficiently. Had you known this, you would not have TP2 here. You would have TP'd here. You could just pull, try to hit level 6, hit the bounty run here, split some experience with the morphling, and if Centaur does not have a vision in your enemy in the jungle here, you can just go around, lift him up once, and Centaur is dead. But that is not going to your mind, so this is bad. So after wasting some time, you should just get out. Yeah. Now you're gonna die. So this also does not make sense. This does not make sense. You know what? I think it was fine. I would say this left you with no choice. You had to move slightly to the right because you guys were getting stunned. But here, Do you see? So this is it. I can definitely tell that the minimap awareness is your problem. This is your serious issue. Juggernaut is here. If you see the minimap, Juggernaut is right here. Juggernaut was right here. And most likely, Witch Doctor is a guy is known for lane supporting. Witch Doctor is gonna be here. You even saw him right now. So there cannot be any excuse. Juggernaut was here. This is your reaction. You decided to move this way. So when I thought this was fine because you were getting stunned and you only had one way to, you wanted to move further away from him, so moving where it was fine. So I thought this was fine, but seeing it again right now, I don't think you were paying attention to the Juggernaut's position. This means you're not watching the minimap, so you deserve to die here. Now that this guy's stunned, moving slightly to the right, this was good play. This was good. Because if you had ever gotten close to him, you guys would have gotten double stunned. So this was okay, but you're not paying attention to the minimap. I bet if you make more efforts paying attention to the minimap, you can make slightly better decision every play, every minute, and it will help you win more games. So use it again. I really thought this was inevitable, and you dying here was fine, but you really deserve to die again. You had bad positioning. Okay. Minute 13. Minute 13, you're level 4. Everyone else is level 6, about level 6. You're level 4. So you should realize by looking at this video that you should start playing more greedy. You need to make some adjustment in farming patterns, even as a support. This is bad. I think you even had taken the time up knowledge and you were still level 4. So that's how poor you were playing, and this is bad. I really don't believe by putting down a ward you are doing anything to your teammates. Okay. So you're just gonna sit around here and build up some experience. Now you just use your minimap and they caught you. Okay, this is good. This is exactly what I want to do much more often. You just check Morphling lane, right? That's what you have to do. Literally every 1 minute, start doing that thing. That's really good. Okay, Windbreaker is pushing middle, good. Goes. But you're only level 5, there's not much that you can do. So, okay. Morphling might win. So you indeed had a really bad time in the laning. You do really have laning problem, but the reason why you feel like you didn't do well in the early game is because of your level. If you had hit level 6 even by now, if you were still at level 6, there are many things you can do right, and it's very threatening to the enemy team, depending on how good Rubick is. But you're only level 5, and now you're just okay. So let's say you were scared. You were scared and you decided to TP. This TP was wrong. What were you thinking when you TP to Fountain? Just tell me what were you thinking. To get the items? It doesn't make sense, right? You just double click the TP. I think you had like 70% HP and 70% mana when you were staying here. Little over, a little less, but you had sufficient HP and mana. But giving this seal was, I think this was okay because you were worried about the enemy team finding you hiding here. So let's say this was okay. But whenever you run into the same decision like this, you should consider about rotating to the middle. If you rotate to the middle, there's nobody in the middle. Everyone is here, right? You have to predict that everyone is here. The enemy team is now pushing the tier 2 tower early, so everyone should be here. If you TP to middle, you're getting another free wave. You can Fate Bolt, nuke this quickly, and then run out. That way you're gonna hit level 6. Or you can even come here. It's a little bit late, but you can pull, connect pull, hit level 6, or just be with the Morphling, put down pressure in the center. So there were many other things you can do. But when you're hiding here, sort of hiding, oh, no, okay, I'm going to take some experience here, and you're scared, and you just have to double click on your TP and TP back to base. So this is bad. This is really, really bad. And any players above 5k Mars or KMR, I don't think they would. I think players above, literally over 4k Mars would at least consider tipping to middle, or tipping to top, or tipping to, even tipping to here if you want to put defensive. It should be your habit. I'm not saying that this was like terrible TP that cost the game, but all I'm telling you is really, really small, but they will eventually make you a better player if you slowly start applying it to your game. So I want you to understand that. Okay, so you came back 100% HP, and you're just gonna go back to the lane, and this is where you sort of just play really, really passive, and you're not thinking anything. You're not making anything in this game. You have literally zero impact in this game. You're just waiting for everything to happen. So this is where, as a support, you win games by carried out by your team. So you're going. What else can you do other than focusing on level 6, right? You're at level 6. Now you can start doing some other thing. You should carry TP. And okay, you got the Urn of Shadow, that is fine. Okay, then you're gonna move here, and you knew. So this is good. I think you're paying attention to the minimap. Okay. Problem in your game is it's already hit minute 18. It's gonna hit minute 20 in no time. But problem in your game is, since you contributed very, very less into this game, the supports are where they make impact throughout the game from minute 0 to minute 20. Supports make difference around from the beginning of the game till minute 20. Yeah, they can do a lot better, contribute a lot better after minute 20, but supports are really good at creating difference. They can make space, they can do some stuff that will impact the game. But you didn't do anything this entire game, then now you're kind of lost. You don't know what to do. You're very behind in your farm. You're only level 7, the lowest in this level. And let's look at your farm. Look at this farm, 2100. This is terrible farm for even number 5 support. This is terrible. Very, very bad for me. If anyone catches you, you're just gonna die. Juggernaut can right click you like 3 times, you're gonna die. He stuns you once, you're gonna die. OD right clicks you like 3 times, you're gonna die. If ever stuns you, you're gonna die. So this is where you're kind of forced to position yourself really, really away, really even much beyond your allies. Because if you ever get caught, you're gonna die, and you're under fitting the enemies. So let's see what happens. So you're just gonna hang around with your allies, just sitting behind them. And this guy's dead. Okay, you stole the Omni Slash, that is good. One thing that I can tell good about yourself is you're good at making yourself busy. So you're like, yeah, I can just naturally tell that you're really good at making yourself busy. Like, you're moving around a little. I think you have really good reflex from the way you move your hero and use a skill. You have good reflex as a player, so that's good. And you should be busy as a support. Okay. Why didn't you cast Omnislash right here? So this is your mistake here. I have to go back here. So I hope you were understanding the fact that you stole the Omni Slash, which is Juggernaut's ulti, right? So why didn't you use it to end here, right here? Why didn't you use your Omni Slash right now? So you were so blinded by the fact that this guy was in black hole that you literally ditched your ally. Morphling is low. You ditched him. You didn't care about him. You even clock out him. Perfect time to Omni Slash, but you stole the black hole. And okay, so this is like this is where you become a player who is just paying attention to look fancy in their gameplay. This is wrong. This is really wrong. By stealing that black hole was wrong. So let's say you're playing Rubick versus Enigma. It is everyone's dream when they're playing Rubick. It is their dream to steal the black hole and cast it on 3 people. You did good, but reality is, you did really poor job in that fight. You did very poor job. You could have definitely flipped the game by making the right decision here instead of going greedy. So this was actually a stupid play by you ignoring moving like this and decided to go just. If you just look at yourself how you moved here again, let me go slowly. So you're only focused on him. This is your side. I see Enigma is using black hole. I'm gonna steal it. I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna steal it. So if you're a guy like who just cares about having fun, I think this is totally fine. But if you're seriously thinking about a support and seriously thinking how to become a better player, you should start making adjustments in your gameplay like this. I want you to take this opportunity and watch this, and you should realize how stupid you were to steal the black hole. This is really bad. Jonah was here. Morphling was in danger. You as a Rubick dished them. You don't even fucking care about anything else. Black hole. Jonah is now in kind of danger. You don't care about anything. This guy's won. There are 3 people. By doing this, I'm doing a lot. I'm the best guy here. I'm really fancy. I'm the best Rubick ever. No, this was a stupid play. There you are doing nothing by casting this black hole. So you'll I really think it will take you a lot of time to get better at DOTA at this level. There are many things you should start fixing, but don't play this. I don't recommend you to ever play like this again. This is really bad, and I think you're gonna lose the game. Okay, your item build is good. Arcane. Or enough shadow. So I really like your item build. There are people who have who's getting like ridiculous item, but I like your item. The smoke was again. The smoke was really good. Smoke was really good. Good, very nice. Okay, unfortunate for that. Got Tom again, and you're going for the Glimmer Cape. Good, good, makes sense. You're at least putting down a ward. Good. Okay. This is actually really good positioning by you. You're staying literally behind every one of your allies. I really like your positioning when you're team fighting in here. This is exactly where Rogue should be. Staying behind everyone else. Just watch how things go. And so you're waiting for this moment. So this is good. This is amazing. This black hole was legit. This was amazing play by you. So this is how you play. This is how you make impacts throughout this game. So I think you have patience to wait. This is really good. That's a fantastic play. Most Rubick players in pub games, what they do is they do not pay attention to the position, and they get caught by someone else and they die. But what you did in the fight was you were staying behind everyone else and you were just looking for one skill, black hole. That's it. You were just looking for it. And this time you did right. You did everything perfectly, and it was beautiful to watch. You did really good job. as BKB. Smoke. Okay. Very nice way of using a Glimmer Cape. You could even black hold anyone. If the enemy team were stupid enough to rush into you guys, that was the perfect time to use black hole. So very good Glimmer Cape. You went out, escaped that situation safely. Good job. Okay, and you're now getting the Blink Dagger. Again, I think it is the right item when you're playing against Enigma. Blink is always good. Okay. Unlucky. Okay. I really thought the fight was about to happen. That's why I slowed down. But okay. Good buckle. Good. And for people wondering how to counter this as an Enigma, is this guy should get Lincoln Sphere. This guy should get the Lincoln Sphere as his first item when Enigma is playing against Rubick. Enigma, well, it is not really recommended, but Enigma should have both BKB and Lincoln Sphere. That way Enigma can do much better. I really like the fact that you're using your Town of Knowledge. So as long as you make good adjustment in your mentality as a Dota 2 player and some fix up in your laning stage problem, I think you will become really great. Because your reaction is really good in teamfight. Although yeah, everyone makes mistakes, so that's fine. But I think you do know how to play Dota. Maybe this could be just one game, but here's my insight. I think you will become much better at Dota after this coaching session. I can definitely see it through your potential. You're not slow, you're fast. You have the correct mindset in terms of itemization. So there's nothing else that I can comment about it. That's good. Smoke. The Roshan. You got the blink. That was unfortunate. I think they smoked. There to the Roshan. You're back. You got it. So time to roll a little bit. Manta. I think he'll live. He'll live. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Glimmer Cape. Nice. Good save. Ooh. Okay. Right. Okay. Good. Time to counter push. So your game is becoming better and better as the game progresses. It's really good. Lincoln Spear. Okay. You guys gonna get the reps, but you rarely check your allies. I think you almost never click on your ally. So every time I play with students who doesn't really check anyone else's item, I don't know, I think the game is just not fun to play. Like, give me some information. Even when you're playing, you should give me information. You should give yourself information. This guy now has E-Blade, Manta, Lincoln, but I don't think you even checked even once this game. You should start checking your allies item, check your level. You should know how strong they are, how weak they are. But you're not doing those things. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna bother watch this replay anymore. I think I already gave you a lot of good advices that you can improve on. Let me just go back. Let me just go further, a little bit further, just to watch how you play in big team fights. You guys got the middle racks. Competition. This is good position. This is really good positioning. You by staying behind, you're not gonna go for him, but he has Lincoln Sphere. Still slow the cycle. Good. Again, I think here's another weakness that I spot. So while your position is right, if you look at your game, if you look at your item right now, you have 4 stuff, you have Blink, and you have Glimmer Cape. So this doesn't mean you necessarily have to do the same thing. Whenever you did not have this, whenever you only had Arcane Boots plus Ornament of Shadow, positioning here like this is almost as always right. But when you have this much farm as Rubick, you should start to play a little bit more aggressive and try to cast everything to your allies. You have Glimmer Cape, you have 4 step to save your allies, and Telekinesis is really powerful against the enemy. This is really threatening ability. You have Fate Bolts, but you're using none of them. You're doing the same thing. You're just gonna go for the Enigma. That is good. Stealing Black Hole is always good, but essentially this is the same situation as before when you first stole the Black Hole. You stole the Black Hole, but you ended up doing nothing. So you're not thinking of anything. You're only thinking about that guy. But you stole it. Look at what you did. Yeah, look at what you did. 2 of your allies are now gone now. But you didn't bother to use your Glimmer Cape. You just used it to yourself, and you're still gonna die. You didn't use your Fate Bolt. You have to use Telekinesis much faster to be effective. So this is the thing I will point out. Don't get too blinded by one big skill. Rubick can do a lot much better. You should start playing more aggressive when you have better form. When you have 4 stuff and Blink Dagger and Glimmer Cape, I think, judging from your gameplay this far, I think you are a good player with good reflex that you can kind of just stay around with position where you can be a little more aggressive and try to bait the enemy. I think you can do it. I think you're capable of doing it. So start doing that from next time. Use everything you have. Everything you have is your resources to just dump on the enemy. But it will just continue to see you heavily relying on stealing the Black Hole to flip the game. That is very stale. Yeah. So you guys were dead, and they managed to push one tower. Enigma now has refresher BKB. We're gonna go here. Your item progression is fine. 나갔다 그럼 쓸 때. You get the mega crit. Let's go back. This is gonna be on the final fight. You could have definitely cast a Glimmer Kick to remove Morphling or anyone else, right? Much faster. Okay. So it seems like you're kind of lost in this fight. To me, like, I think you were even panicking because Enigma did not use Black Hole. Because everything has Spring Blood. Here, let's look at this. Your Blink is on cooldown, so that's fine. Burn up Shadow to him, preventing him to Blink Dagger. That play was good. I think you using Urn of Shadow like that was good. And you're just waiting. We're waiting. But Giovanna caught you. Coming cape. You barely survived. Okay. So when I was watching this game from your perspective, I was actually surprised that Giovanna came out of nowhere to cast Omnisless on you. So again, this is happening because you have no information. You didn't know that he had Shadow Blade, and you don't even care he has Shadow Blade. Start more paying attention to your enemy's item. You should just start doing that. Other than that, your mechanics are fine. Let's see who wins at the end. Okay, so they're gonna come, but you guys have given them the mega crit. They already have a huge advantage. I think you guys are gonna eventually win. Yeah, black hole, blah blah blah. Black hole, and refresher. But the mega crit is so strong that they can hold it. Okay. Happen. This is gonna happen. Now you're back. You got diagrams up there. You're goofing around, so I'm just gonna skip this. It's fine. You killed them twice, and now it's gonna get end, right? That's this game. Your item progression is fine. There's nothing that I can point out about this. A lot of people that I've been coaching, their major mistake was the itemization. But I think you have a good concept of Dota too. I really think you do. Just stop goofing around and start to play more seriously. You'll become a better player. And your major weakness is as a player is clicking the hero. You never check anyone. You should never check anyone. Start to learn to click everyone else, including your allies. Okay, good. You bought a lot of support item. That's good. I really liked your efforts to put down a ward in the entire map, so that was good. Good. Scale Bolt was fine. 2 Fate Bolt. Yeah, this is exactly what you should do. 2. Yeah, that's good. Good. Very good. Very good. Yep. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. That was Rubick.